Hey everybody, Chris here. How is Dogecoin going to start 2026? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And last night on Tuesday, we had our last live stream of 2025. We'll not be live Wednesday or Thursday, celebrating the new year with family and friends. We'll be back on Friday though, so make sure that you're subscribed, you got your notifications on, because in the live streams, I talk about a lot more things overall for both Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and all of crypto, so you don't want to miss the lives. But for now, we want to talk about how we're going to start 2026 for Dogecoin and crypto. Let's get into it. Let me show you the charts on the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we start here with the current Dogecoin chart. We're at 12.3 cents. That's right where we were yesterday and right where we were the day before. Yes, we did have a little bit of a run, but then we touched 12.5 cents and then sold off again, taking out the longs, taking out the shorts. The cycle continues as the market makers and exchanges have been in control of the market since early October, right around October 10th or so, I would say. But that's where we are right now, and Bitcoin is over 88,000. We are starting to get a little bit of move of Bitcoin, but I don't see this sustaining right now as we are on New Year's Eve, the last day of 2025. So I used to do these videos about the year in review and what happened 2025. And nobody cares, right? Nobody really cares. We lived through it, right? We don't need to be reminded. So I'm not going to do that because we already know, right? Doge, right? With Department of Government Efficiency, there was all this excitement at the end of 2024, Elon Musk and Doge. And then there was all this confusion between Doge and Dogecoin. And so all the news was getting all mixed of people talking about Doge, and they really meant the Department of Government Efficiency and not the coin. So we lived through all that. And then, of course, Trump, the pro-crypto president, ended up not being so. The Trump token released, pulled all the liquidity out of all the memes and everything crashed, followed by the Trump tariffs, and down we went. But we were recovering in June, July, September. We saw Dogecoin going up. We saw higher lows, higher highs. Until October 10th, the flash crash. We covered all of that in detail. I was live that day when it was happening, and I was apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry. Because it was just unbelievable what happened that day. Again, you know who I blame. But we haven't recovered since. And in fact, crypto has gone down since then. So 2025 was supposed to be this big bull market year, and it ends kind of on a whimper. So what does that mean going forward? Well, Elja here's Bitcoin is breaking out, right? And this is like a 5-minute chart, or 10-minute chart. Yeah, we had a little run down, and this is just on such a small time frame that it's already down from here. This isn't a breakout. So we already starting, or at least ending 2025, starting 2026, with all these unreasonable expectations of one little move, and all of a sudden, oh, we're breaking out. No, it doesn't work that way. We got Tom Lee buying a ton of ETH, right? And it's he's just digging himself a deeper hole. All of this stuff going on crypto Twitter. It's any little bit of news, oh, the Fed is going to have this emergency meeting and they're going to talk about cutting rates and it's going to be great. And it was the minutes, right? Yesterday, it was just the FOMC minutes. There wasn't any meeting. Powell wasn't speaking. All these people just pay attention, man. That's what I say. Just pay attention. What's going on? As I replied to Elja, it's what? Bitcoin's at a lower price than yesterday. Hardly a breakout. It's keeping it real. That's what I do. Trader Allen is look, Doge, monthly, in every cycle, Dogecoin experiences a period when retailers believe it's dead. We are now in that period. Doge is dead, right? That was the end of 2016 going into 2017. Doge is dead, right? The end of 2020. But then we could have said here in 2022, Doge is dead. That's bear markets. And we are now going in a bear market. We've been in a bear market now for almost 2 months. Actually, almost 3 if you go back to the flash crash. But This isn't happening. Now, these green candles that Trader Allen looks at here, there could be part of that if there's a specific catalyst for Dogecoin. Otherwise, Dogecoin is going to follow the market. And what does the market say? BTC continues trading in the 84 to 90K range, currently 88. Historical patterns show that each year we end up with a month range high on 31 December, which must be somewhere around 90K. So maybe Bitcoin goes to 90K. After that, we might see a 100K breakout. That would be the relief rally I've been talking about. And then further dump to previous all-time high levels, which would be 69K. Yesterday during my live stream, I did look at bear market bottoms. You want to check that out and see what I predict for the bottoms for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, even Pengu we looked at. Because that's how the 4-year cycles have worked, and I still believe in the 4-year cycles. Aggressive dump, correction pump, consolidation, bearish trend, further dump. Like all that's coming, that's the default pattern we are repeating right now. He says, mark my words. I'm just like, prove me wrong, like all those. No, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Meanwhile, X Money has 1 day left to launch. This is it. This is it. Our friend John Carter's like, come on, Elon. Are you going to launch it? Are we going to launch X Money? Because I think that will give a pump to Doge. You know, Elon had said, and this was back on November 13th, right? X Money comes out soon, right here. He said it. X Money comes out soon. That was November 13th. And then he was responding to Nima. It was saying, look, the bio of X Money account still says launching in 2025. This was 3 weeks ago. And Elon responded, it has been launched internally. So does that solve, does that say launch? Internally doesn't mean launch to me because I don't see it. I want to see X Money over here on the menu. X Money. I want to be able to click on it, and I can't. So it's internally launched. There's beta testers out there. They probably all have NDAs, so we're not seeing any screenshots of anything. So we wait. We wait. Meanwhile, Dogecoin breaks support as year-end selling drags Doge to 12.3. So this is how we're ending 2025, kind of on a whimper. Dogecoin slides to multi-month low, demand weakens. So we see all of that as we have an intraday low of 12.32, which is a decline of 74% from its peak in 2025. So if you want to concentrate on that, like the all-time high of the cycle down to the low where we are, if you concentrate on price, you miss the bigger picture of Dogecoin. The ETFs are weak inflows. In fact, they've been zero for a couple weeks because institutions aren't interested in Doge until Doge starts doing something. And because of the October 10th flash crash and the weakness in the crypto market since then, particularly institutions, they're not interested in Dogecoin. They are buying XRP, right? Okay, they're buying XRP ETFs. Bitcoin and ETH continue to see inflows and outflows going across, but not Dogecoin. Dogecoin will not start seeing big inflows into their ETF until we get a big pump on Doge, because that's how Dogecoin is. That's how Dogecoin is. And as I say, like, it still amazes me how many misunderstand Dogecoin and just lump it in with all the meme tokens. Doge is the only meme coin, has its own blockchain, and is a true proof of work cryptocurrency. Energy equals value, which is what Commander X Doge said. Energy equals value. It's the only meme that does this. So I don't lump it in with Pepe and Bonk and Whiff and like all of those, because it's different. And here we are, still, it's the number 9 cryptocurrency by market cap, still $20 billion market cap for Doge, even as depressed as Dogecoin's price is. And everything else is depressed too. The whole crypto market is down. So people just pointing at Doge saying, oh, Doge sucks, it's so far down. It's like, look at the bigger picture, look what's going on. Most of the memes are down even more than Dogecoin. So it's the whole market that's depressed right now. That's just how it is. Now we do have like the privacy coins, right? We've got some AI narratives and some other little things happening with some particular cryptos. But overall, the market is down, and Doge isn't going to move until a specific thing happens with Doge. But right now, yeah, it's weakness. The technical indicators signal further declines right now. And so, yes, there's a risk. There's a warning right now with Doge. And we are seeing some selling of Dogecoin and other coins as well. Anybody who is down on their Doge but made profits on other cryptos in 2025 may be doing some tax loss harvesting. Like I'm looking to do that with Pepe and Bonk because I had a huge profit earlier in the year, and I'd like to offset some of those gains with some of my cryptos that are down right now from when I bought them. So I'm looking at doing that. As we approach 2026, it's with caution, right? It's like cautious optimism. Do we have that? As we slowly open the door of 2026, it's like, what's going to happen? Trader Allen's like, look, here we are. We're in this wedge here. And what is that first candle going to be? Is it going to be up or is it going to be down? And that's nice of Alan to like point that out, like which is it going to go? And I'm like, yeah, it looks like the next Dogecoin move may just be a whimper bleeding out sideways. And I think that's what we're going to see. Volume is way down, sentiment is down, interest is down, but that doesn't mean we're going to have a big red candle going down. In fact, I think in January, we're actually going to see a little pump because Bitcoin is probably going to do a little pump, a little relief rally, and Doge will follow. That's what I expect to happen as we begin January. Now I'm going to do my whole 2026 outlook and price predictions for Doge, Bitcoin, and the crypto market. That video is probably going to come out on Friday, January 2nd now, just because I'm going to be so busy the rest of this weekend. Let me know your thoughts, though. What do you think about how we're ending 2025, going into 2026 for Dogecoin in the crypto market? I wish everybody a happy new year. Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please support my channel. Subscribe. Come in and join in on live streams. Ask me questions. I talk to everybody in the chat. So come on and join the lives. I'll be live again Friday afternoon. So subscribe, support the channel. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.